Hello students, my name is Jesse George, your professional accounting teacher. Before you continue with this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Georgian Theory Concepts. Thank you. Alright, let's get started. In this video, we are going to look at a case study to demonstrate the concept of cost estimation. Okay, so I want you to pause the video and write out the question. Okay, you can please pause the video and write the question. If you have the question with you, that's fine. But if you don't have the question with you, you can pause the question. All right. The question says you are required to prepare a forecast for profit statement. And don't forget, profit is nothing but revenue minus cost. Revenue minus cost. So you now put it in form of statements by starting with your revenue, then cost, then you have your profit. All right. Okay. Now let's start with additional information, but let me quickly browse through the question. The manager of large nail salon using the result of two periods, the period 1 is given, the period 2. So we want to use these two periods information, period 1 and 2, to make forecasts for period 4. That is according to the requirements of the question for the period 4. Like I told you, as a management accountant, you are in charge of projecting into the future of the company for example, to estimate what the total cost will be in future by using the past records. Okay, by using information from the past records. All right. Okay, with this information, the manager has ascertained the following. Okay, and we are told that this company is a service-oriented company where they produce manicure and pedicure. These are the two products. Okay, two service products for the company. All right. So I will be treating the additional information one after the other. Okay, we need to ascertain the revenue for period 4. But if you look at period 1, we have been given the total revenue. Then let's see an information here. The first information here says that activity in period 2 increased substantially above the normal activity because all customers received a 10% discount. This discount will not be offered in period 4, and the prices of all manicures will be increased by 20 from their period 1 level. From their period 1 level, okay? From their period 1 level. All right. Now let's look at the normal price. The normal price. What is the price of manicure and what is the price of pedicure? That's our main focus now. So from our workings, you have working note 1. You have a determination of normal price. Determination of what? Of normal prices for manicure and pedicure. So that we can get the revenue, the forecast revenue for period 4. Now to do that, you say let the normal price of a manicure be M naira. Then let the normal price of a pedicure be N, let's say P naira. Of a pedicure be P naira. Now for period 1, from the question, the number of manicure from the question is 240 for period 1, and pedicure is 180. Okay, then for period 2 is 305 and 246. So if the price of a manicure is M naira, and for period 1 it will now be 240 M plus 180 P, which will give us the total revenue for the period. Okay, to give us the total revenue for period 1 from the question. Are you with me? Okay, and the total revenue is 1,956,000. Okay, and don't forget, we are told that activities in period 2 increase substantially above the normal activity because all customers receive a 10% discount. This discount will not be offered in period 4. Okay, will not be offered in period 4. So for period 2, we need to factor in the discount. And don't forget, what is discount? Discount means reduction in price. Let's say the price is 200 naira, and if you are giving a discount price of 10%, mathematically all you need to do is just to say 200 multiplied by 100 minus 10%. Okay, so we have 200 multiplied by 0.9, and that gives 180 naira. Okay, take note. So you have discounted this, you have reduced this by a discount of 10% mathematically. So we are going to go by that concept. So we have period 2. There is a discount. There is a discount on period 2, which is we have if you look at the number of manicure is 305. So we have 305. Okay, then multiply by, if the price of manicure is M, so taking the discount of 10%, so we have 0.9 M, then plus the number of pedicure. The number of pedicure, all right, is 246. So we have 246 multiplied by, if the price of pedicure is assumed to be P, so we also have 0.9 P naira, and the total revenue for this is what? 231,480. So 231,480. So let's say this is equation 1. Now let's get this. Let's get this. So when you manipulate this, what do you have? From your calculator, 305 times 0.9 will give you 274.50 M, plus when you multiply 246 multiplied by this, what do you have? You have 221.4 from my calculator, 40p, and which is equals to 231,480. That is equation 2. So we need to solve these two equations simultaneously. So if you solve simultaneously, all right, if you solve simultaneously using any method, by this stage you are expected to have understood the concept of simultaneous equation. So bringing the two equations together, you have, if you solve P to B, your P is 500 naira, and your and the M is equals to 440 by solving these two equations simultaneously. All right, so if you solve simultaneously, now what will be the revenue now to make forecast? So our revenue forecast for period 4 manicure is how much? The price is 440. Don't forget, we are told that for the manicure, it's going to increase by 20 naira. So, and the price of all manicure will increased by what? 20 naira from their period 1. So, if this is price of period 1, it will increase by 20 naira. Okay, it will increase by 20 naira. All right. Then multiply by the forecast. The forecast for period 4 for manicure is nothing but 265 from the question. 265. That's 265, and that will give us how much? When you press your calculator, this will give us 121,900. Then for pedicure, for pedicure, there is no big deal about that. That is, the discount only holds for period 2. So we have 500 naira. 500 naira multiplied by 165, and that will give you 8,500. So our total revenue we have 00. That is 4. This is 4, and this is 0 2 20400. So that's the total revenue. Now, looking at the other components of cost, we have materials. So what is material saying? They said the variable element of all cost varies in direct proportion to the total number of manicures and pedicure. Okay, to the total number of manicure and pedicure. Then if you look at the material, the total is given, which is the addition of the material cost for pedicure and manicure. Okay, and it varies proportionally. So we can test. Let's test the conditions for variable cost on that. So for the material cost, that's working note 2. So we have the material cost. For the material costs, okay, for the material costs, what do we have? For period 1, what do you have? The total is 1512 divided by the addition of 240 plus 180. How do I get this 240 and 180? It has been given. The addition of manicure and pedicure, okay, divided by the material. So what do I have here? I'm having 36 naira. Okay, for period 2, let me test that too. We have 19836 divided by the addition of the products for period 2, 305,260, and this is the total material cost, which is 305 plus 246, and this will give from my calculator, it's also give me what? 36. It means this is a variable cost, and you know that variable costs will always remain constant. Variable costs will remain constant. So it's to test that this is a variable cost. So these are variable costs per unit, and that will be used to determine the material cost for period 4. It will be used to determine the material cost for period cost. So our working note 3. So our working note 3, let's look at other elements. We have staff salary. So the question talks about staff salary. All staffs are fixed salary plus a bonus for each customer. Okay, all staff are fixed salary plus a bonus for each customer. The fixed element of the staff salary cost increased by 30,000 per period. Once the activity level reaches 450, manicure and pedicure, because of the deed to employ employee staff because of the need to employ. This is need employee staff. It will increase by 30,000. So to do that, and if you test this staff salary, okay, it varies, but if you test it, it will see that it's a mixed cost. So this is a mixed cost. And what is mixed cost? They are costs that contains elements of both fixed and variable cost. So since we are told from the question that staff salaries are fixed, they are not variable cost. So we can use the concept of high and low method. So for our staff salary is supposed to be fixed, but now it's semi-variable. It's semi-variable using the high and low. That's our total cost at high. At high, we have our units, and we know that unit, if you look at that unit, is above the unit is 305 plus 246, and this is above 450. It means there is an increment of 30,000. So to do that, you need to remove that 30,000. All right. There is an increment of 30,000 minus 30,000. It needs to be removed. So when you minus this, okay, this is staff salary. You need to remove the 30,000. Okay, that increase, and that gives 107,240. All right, then at low is 420. So there is no increment of 30,000 there. Then you use 2004. All right, so we have a 5240. Then when you subtract this, we have 131. Then our variable costs per unit is nothing but 5240 divided by 131, and that gives 40 naira. That is the staff bonus. Then our fixed costs equals to, at low, 10200 minus 420 times 40, and this will give you 85,200. 85,000 and what? 200. Okay. Therefore, the forecast for salary, that's for the fourth period, the forecast for manicure, the number of manicure in the period, the forecast period is the number of forecasts from the question is 265 plus 165. That's 265 plus 165, and that is nothing but is nothing but 420. Okay, 420 in the period 4 will be equals to the fixed cost, that is 85,200 plus 420 multiplied by 40 naira, and this will give you 102,400. So that's our staff cost. All right, that's our staff salary for period 4. Then you will do the same thing for laundry using high and low. So if you do the same thing for laundry using high and low, you are going to have the same figure for laundry, but in this case you just use the high and low directly. So for laundry, that is working note 4. So what happened to laundry? Let's see information on laundry. Information on laundry. Okay. The variable elements. So like the laundry, if you look at the laundry, they said the variable elements of the laundry cost is expected to increase by 50% in period 4. But let's look at the laundry cost first. Let's bring out the variable elements in the laundry. So to do that, we have using high and low. That's the laundry. All right. We have our total costs, then the units. So don't forget our unit is 551, then 420. All right. Then we have the laundry for period 1, and for period 2, 146, then 9320. So when you subtract this, what do you have? 2096. Then you subtract this 131. So our variable cost of laundry, variable cost per unit for laundry will be 2096 divided by 131, and that gives you 16 naira. All right. Then the fixed cost elements, fixed cost will be at low will be 1320 minus 420 times 16 naira, and that gives nothing but 260. Okay, so the forecast of laundry, forecasts of what? Laundry costs for period 4 will be the fixed cost 260 plus 430 times 16, and it will increase. The variable elements will increase by 50%. That's times 1.5, and the total is 12,920. So this is the cost of laundry. You can use your calculator to ascertain this. And don't forget, they said the question says the variable element will increase by 50% in the fourth period, in period 4. So having done this, you see that every other like rents, they are fixed cost. So this one is fixed cost, this is fixed cost, this two is mixed costs, and this is also mixed cost. Okay. Then for utility, all right, it means utility. We bring out the variable elements for utility. Let's bring out the variable elements for utility cost. All right.